Hi, Cancers. How are you? This is your general card reading for January 2019 for the new year, for the first month of the new year. So I hope it resonates. If not, you can always reach out to me for a personal reading. My email is lucystarot@gmail.com, or you can go to lucystarot.com and click on the link from there. I hope you can see the cards. I'm because of the lighting. So, well, I'm gonna be reading it to you anyway. So, like usual. So, okay. So, just by looking at this, there's kind of two different things going on here. It seems like I'm wondering if there's something that you're thinking about breaking free from. That you feel like restricted. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job, or what's a situation, or whatever. I'm thinking if that's the case, then you might get that by springtime. But let's go into this real quick. So the first card is from the Flower Therapy Oracle Cards deck by Doreen Virtue and Robert Reeves. It is You Are Lovable, Camellia. Love who you are as you're created perfectly. Everything about your true self is beautiful. So, excuse me. This card basically tells you, okay, like sometimes all of us we can be a little down on ourselves, like, oh, maybe I'm not, I'm not this or I'm not that. So this card is kind of giving you a reminder that you are a lovable person. So it doesn't matter what you look like, what your dress size is, what your pant size is, whatever. If you're tall, you're short, petite, not petite, and anything, like it doesn't. You are still lovable the way you are. Obviously, don't be a jerk. But the main theme of this is to like love yourself the way you are, accept yourself the way you are. God made you a certain way for a reason, and not to let other people or other seeing other images of how like other people look like or things like that. You know what I mean? Like to not to be so hard on yourself and to love yourself the way you are. So I'm gonna read you what this card says in the book. Okay, so that's like one of the main that's one of the main things that it could be for that card, but it's going to mention other stuff too. So let's see. Drawing this card has many possible implications. Perhaps you had relationship troubles in the past because you tried to be someone else. You became a false image that you thought people would love. The angels say the only person whom others can truly love is the real you. Be your authentic self. If you're already in a loving relationship, your level of trust and romance is going to accelerate. Your soulmate connection is being taken to the next level. Enjoy this blissful experience as your capacity for love grows. If you're seeking a romantic partner, Camellia can ensure that you find your perfect match. First, you must recognize who your true self is. Take a moment to consider what your core values and beliefs are. Then write down a list of qualities that you'd like in a partner. For added energy, write this on a photograph of a blossoming camellia. You can then either sadly burn the list or fold it around the crystals of your choice and place it under your pillow. Either method releases the energy to the universe so the angels can deliver your perfect match. Additional meanings are your soulmate is very close, or take off the mask you show to the world, or embrace love. Okay, so two things here that I want to mention. One, it mentions about burning the list. I'm not a fan of doing that unless you're like, I don't know, have it somewhere where you can kind of control that. Because, I don't know, I'm very cautious. So all that you need to do is just light it, and then the thing, you can't get it under control, and then you might have an issue with it. So I would say the better route for me was say, like, if you're going to take the advice from what the book says, do the thing, the crystals of your choice, fold it around the crystal of your choice and place it under your pillow. Like that's a nicer way to do it anyway, whatever. But the other thing that I mentioned, remember I said that, not to pay attention to what others look like and stuff like that. Like the first paragraph didn't mention about, you became a false image that you thought people would love. So I know sometimes you try to fit in, you try to do what others, do, or what you think you should be doing. But you know what? Don't, no, like, you don't have to do that. If one example is, okay, say you're the type that, like, maybe your friends like going out doing certain activities, like, oh, they like going drinking at the bar. If you don't like doing that, then don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, or something, you don't have to go, or if you do go along with them, just to have fun, you don't have to be, matching everything that they're doing. You can still be yourself. Like, if you don't feel like drinking beer and you want to drink a soda, then you drink a soda. Like, be yourself, basically. That's one example. That's something that I've gone through too. But basically, yeah, like, be yourself. Don't try to be something that you're not, or something that you think that others want you to be. You know what I mean? Whether it's appearances wise, whether it's inside wise, things like that. Like, you know what? I mean, they love you for you, or, oh well, move on to the next. But anyway, that's just a reminder that saying that you are a lovable person, and not to like scrutinize yourself too much. The next card is the Magical Messages from the Fairies Oracle Cards deck by Doreen Virtue. It is the Spring card. So your desires fully manifest as the flowers begin to bloom. So, I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory. I'm just going to read what the book says. The answer to your question and prayers will occur during the springtime. Prior to that season, you'll benefit from the many blessings that your wishes have already attracted. Stay filled with faith and give any worries to the fairies, because they can see behind the scenes and will ensure that your desires and blessings are on their way. Additional meanings for this card: a pregnancy, birth, or adoption will take place, or a project that you're starting will be successful, or work with flower essences, plant a garden, or spend time in one, open yourself to new beginnings, dive into a fresh start, or spring cleaning your home or office will be rewarding. So here's the thing. That's another thing too. Spring has always been associated with like, a new beginning, a new start. Because it's also like the start of like the zodiac too. Like, like March, April has always been like the beginning of like the springtime, time. So, and that's like Aries time also, and Aries is at the beginning of the zodiac. So it's almost like a new beginning, a new start. Starting from, a fresh start. So yeah, but some of the other things too. So you'll know what resonates with you and what doesn't. But those are some of the additional meanings too. So, but I'm thinking if there's something that you want to do that, or you want to accomplish or have happen, that's going to probably happen in the springtime. That's what I'm thinking. And then going back to the lovable card too, it did mention if you're in a loving relationship that the level of trust is going to accelerate and take it to the next level. So maybe, I don't know, there's a couple of things going on here now. If it has to do with a relationship, then like going to the next level and, the trust and everything else accelerating, then maybe it'll be around springtime. That's what I'm thinking. But you'll know what applies to you guys. So breaking free is the next card. Or it could be both. Like, say if you're in a relationship and you want it to go to the next level, maybe that'll happen in the spring. And then if there's something that you want to break free from, maybe that'll happen also at the same time. Sometimes things happen at the same time, like especially if it's like a new beginning, new beginnings, things start anew, then sometimes a couple of things might start at the same time, like whether it's like career related, relationship related, things like that. So, but you'll know what applies to you. Like I say all the time, this is a general reading, so some of it may apply to you, all of it may apply to you, none of it may apply to you. So, but the Breaking Free card is from the Healing with the Fairies Oracle Cards deck by Doreen Virtue, and that says, do you feel trapped in some life area? This card asks you to take the first step in freeing yourself from any unnatural restrictions. Sometimes we feel trapped by outside circumstances. For instance, we believe that financial or family obligations compel us to accept an unsatisfactory job, or we're afraid to leave or fix an unhealthy relationship. Perhaps we feel that our family or spouse won't let us pursue life-enhancing activities such as college classes or exercise programs. Then again, maybe we feel controlled by our addictions. The fairies say that when we're responsible for ourselves, we're more responsible for others. That is, when we are happy, our family, friends, children, and spouse enjoy being around us and are inspired by our strength and confidence. Pray for help in releasing your fears and in assisting you in breaking free. God's plan is that you be responsible while simultaneously feeling as free as the birds, angels, and fairies. Affirmation for that is I am free and I am powerful. I now allow myself to enjoy this freedom and power. So, yeah, if there's something that you feel like you want to kind of break away from and break free from, like I said, like whether it's a job or a relationship or something like that, then I'm wondering if that's going to be happening around the springtime, because the springtime card came up. So, I mean, it is a time for new beginnings around that time. So hopefully, I mean, of course, if you do want to leave something, like if it's a job that you're not happy with, I always say, well, make a plan, like make sure you have something lined up that before you quit the other thing, so that you're not stuck with, money being tight and your bills being, needing to be paid and things like that. If it's a relationship, then, I mean, you could always just, that's also up to you too, when you feel like it's the right time to move on. Now, I'm not saying that like this applies to everybody, that everybody should go out and quit their jobs, or everybody has to break up with their significant other. Like, remember, it's a general reading, so take what resonates with you. So that's pretty much it. So hopefully it did resonate with you. If not, you could always reach out to me for the personal reading. And I hope you guys have a great New Year's Eve and a New Year's Day, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.